Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Washington football team quarterback Dwayne Haskins breaking protocols again for the second time and possibly facing a huge fine or even a suspension. So we're going to talk about what that means for his future in DC and his future in the next couple games. And we're also going to talk about some Steven Montez drama that also happened today. So if you guys are new, subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so first I'll give you guys all the information, and then after I'll give you guys my opinion on this subject. So Tom Pelissero reported this earlier today. The Washington football team is aware of social media posts showing Dwayne Haskins partying maskless. The team was in contact with the NFL yesterday about the matter and is handling it internally. He also said, "I'm told Washington has no plans to release quarterback Dwayne Haskins, who also did break some protocols earlier in the season. The punishment for this is a maximum fine of 1 week's salary," which is a lot, "or up to a 4-game suspension. A 4-game suspension, that would be absolutely huge because it would mean he wouldn't be able to play pretty much for the rest of the season, and that's huge. Why? Because we don't know Alex Smith's health, and if Alex Smith can't play this week and Dwayne Haskins can't play, we're in trouble because we're going to have to see Steven Montez." And now I'll give you guys my opinion before we look at Dwayne Haskins' apology. And obviously, this was not a mature thing to do for Dwayne Haskins because, if this was normal circumstances, it wouldn't be that bad. Of course, it's after loss. It doesn't look good. But in this pandemic, not a good look at all, especially after he's already broken protocols earlier in the season. And not only is he putting himself at risk, but we're in the midst of a playoff push. And if any of our, key guys or even some depth guys got infected because of Dwayne Haskins, that would be a huge, huge blow. And that would be catastrophic if someone like Terry McLaurin, Chase Young, or maybe the whole quarterback room got infected. I know it's not a high chance of it happening, but there's definitely a chance, and it's just not a by Dwayne Haskins and just doesn't look good for him. And it's part of his maturity issues because, he has the talent, but a lot of the things with him is just a mental thing that he has to get right. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. And, obviously with Ron Rivera being high risk, it's not a good look too. One of my theories is, Ron Rivera has said, even before the season that one of his quarterbacks has antibodies. So I'm wondering if that is Dwayne Haskins. It really doesn't change the situation, but it would be better for us because it would probably mean it would be harder for our, teammates or for the Dwayne Haskins' teammates to get infected. So that would be the good news there if that is the case. And yeah, we'll see what the punishment is for Dwayne Haskins. Personally, I think what's going to happen at the very minimum is he's going to get fined. He's going to absolutely get fined. It's going to be a big fine. Second, what I think is going to happen, and I definitely think should happen, is he should be his captain status should be taken away. Give that to Alex Smith or someone else because that's just not what a captain does, especially, people were posting that on social media. It's just not a good look for a team that has actually handled this pretty well. They've only had one case, and that was a guy in Matt Ioannidis who was out pretty much for the whole year. And they've done a really good job with this, and it just doesn't look good for them. And I don't think it reflects well on Dwayne Haskins' leadership. So give that captain badge to someone else. Give it to Alex Smith, maybe Chase Young, whoever. But I don't think necessarily Dwayne Haskins deserves it. And also, I don't think it's necessarily the smart thing to release him because, like I said, you're in the midst of a playoff push, and you're going to need some quarterback depth, especially if Alex Smith is out. Hopefully, guys, really, really hoping that Alex Smith can play this week, because if he can't and Dwayne Haskins gets suspended, then that would be really bad, because I don't think we can win a game with Steven Montez as our starter. I'm not sure. We really haven't seen him play, but I mean, an undrafted rookie, it's just really, really unlikely that it happens. So hopefully, Haskins doesn't get suspended or Alex Smith is good to go for this game. We'll see. I personally think it's going to be not a suspension. I think it's going to be a fine, and he's going to not be a captain. But a fine definitely would not be surprising because the NFL does not want this taking place. So now on to what Steven Montez did. It's not a big deal before I get into Dwayne Haskins' apology, but I just think it's not a good look at all. So this did happen. This is Steven Montez's Twitter profile, and he liked a tweet from this guy replying to Haskins' tweet saying, "Dwayne Haskins is straight garbage, get over it." That's a guy, first of all, you can think that if you want, and that's totally, Haskins obviously hasn't had a great year, but you can think that if you're a quarterback, you're a competitor, but to like a tweet and anyone can go on your profile and look at your like tweets. You're verified on Twitter. You have 6,000 followers almost, and just to do this, it's not a good look. I mean, you're pretty much saying you don't like your teammate and that he is terrible. Not a good look, just because it's a public thing. If you want to say that to his face, go ahead. But to show that publicly, it's just not a good look for Montez and Haskins at all. It's not a huge deal. I just don't like it. I don't think you should be trashing on your teammates. He's on your team. Even if you don't necessarily like him, he's your teammate and you shouldn't be doing that. Not a big deal though. Want to hear what you guys have to say about that Steven Montez situation. And now on to Dwayne Haskins' apology. So he did this earlier about before noon, and he says, "I want to publicly apologize for my actions this past Sunday. I spoke with Coach Rivera yesterday, and I took full accountability for putting the team at risk. It was irresponsible and immature of me, and I accept responsibility for my action. I also want to apologize for creating a distraction for my team during our playoff push. I will learn and grow from this and do what's best for the team moving forward." So, the apology is fine, but it's just another thing with Haskins, man. This is just, it just shows his immaturity, and I like Haskins. I think he's a good guy, but it's just not, especially when you're in a playoff push at the end of the season. To do this, it's not a good look, and I'm not going to bash him too much, but that's all I'm going to say on the Haskins thing. Hopefully, he is not suspended, but I just also, when it comes to his future in DC, I don't think Rivera is going to tolerate this kind of stuff, because I'm pretty sure they talked about the first time Haskins broke the protocols. They talked with him about that, and I'm pretty sure Rivera was probably pretty stern with him about it. He did it again, and I don't know what's going to happen. I doubt Haskins is on this roster moving forward. And something that I wanted to happen is, if we clinched week 16, I was totally for playing Dwayne Haskins week 17 because, you're resting Alex and you can possibly get that trade value up, but I don't see that happening at all now, even if Haskins doesn't get suspended. We'll see how he handles. We'll see how the team handles this, and I'll have a video if he does get suspended. I'll have a video on that. But yeah, not a good look, guys. We'll see. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video. And like I said, I understand he's young, and this is a normal thing to do for some people. But at this point in the season, with a pandemic going on, I just don't think, especially maskless, I don't think it's the right thing to do.